Hello, everyone. Welcome to the ICCR Albany Ambassador Podcast. And today, as you can see, we are out of the studio. Yes, we are here at the Hudson Valley Community College, where more than 200 high school students from across the capital region are participating in the second annual Capital Region New York Model UN Conference. So, this conference is hosted here at the Hudson Valley Community College, as I mentioned, and brought to you by the Shenandoah Model UN Club and the International Center of the Capital Region, with general support from the event sponsor, the Scotia Rotary Club. Let's go talk to some students. Okay, so I'm currently joined here with
Nitya.
Metia.
Ahmed.
Nice to meet you, Ahmed.
Saha.
Sahad.
Jack.
Jack, how's your day been so far here at the Model UN Conference?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's been going pretty well. I actually really enjoy it.
It's been really good. A lot of interesting topics and a lot of learning.
Metia, what is your role here today at the Model UN Conference?
So I'm one of the co-secretary generals of this conference, and alongside my other secretary general, Saha, I helped to organize and run this event today.
Nice. So how has it been so far?
It was definitely a lot of work. We've been organizing and planning ever since the summer, even longer than that, to be honest. But I'm glad to see it come out so well, see all our hard work come to fruition. And I think people are having a good time. So that's the most important part.
Yeah, I just got here and I must say everything looks well organized. Everyone is having lunch right now, I see, and you guys did plan it really good. So what inspired you to join Model UN?
I think particularly because it was a very new club at our school, and I'm always interested in trying out new things for their club. And I've also seen stuff online about it, and it seemed really interesting. And just the fact that it's about international affairs, which I'm definitely very interested in, I think that's what inspired me.
So I actually joined Model UN last year, which might not seem like a long amount of time for some people, but I'm friends with the person who founded the conference last year, and she invited me to join, and I thought, wow, this sounds really fun. I was involved in debate, and I really wanted to learn more about international affairs, so I thought this is a perfect opportunity, and I don't regret it at all.
Definitely. So have you gained any new perspective on global issues since you joined this experience?
I think the most important thing is I've realized just how important it is to be aware and informed, and how being an active citizen doesn't only mean you're contributing to your community, but also how you interact with and engage with the global affairs around the world. Because that's important. We're not just citizens of our local communities, we're citizens of the world, and it's our responsibility to help out.
I love that response so much. And that even leads to my next question. So what is one issue in the world right now today that you feel very passionate about, that you think we need to talk about more?
That's a very loaded question, but there's a lot of issues in the world right now. I think, and I talked about this a little bit in my opening speech, but I think it's very important to see how we handle ourselves and interact with other people. I think considering events like COVID and the internet changing how we interact and socialize with others, it's more important than ever to be informed accurately, and to also be able to speak and communicate with other people in a way that doesn't create conflict but creates resolution. And I think in a heavily politicized media environment today, it's important to know where you're getting your sources from, but still to remain informed.
If you could advise the real United Nations about one thing, what would it be?
I think that including and respecting diversity is extremely important, and that's obviously what the UN has always been doing. But I really stand by that, and I think that they should focus more on that too. Yeah.
Yes. Ahmed, is there one issue in the world today that you are very passionate about that you think needs more attention to?
I would say war. Like a lot of people say like UN now has lost its like touch on like human rights. Like we can see like the issue in like Sudan and like the RSF, or like Rwanda and stuff like that, and it doesn't get a lot of coverage. And a lot of countries now, they just like don't really care about human rights. Like they just like fund proxies a lot, and yeah, I think that's a huge issue that should be dealt with in the international community.
Which country would you like to visit someday and why? I see there are so many countries represented today. Which country would you like to visit?
That is a very good question.
I like to visit a lot, but one in specific, I believe probably like Japan, 'cause of all the technology and culture.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Japan.
Ooh, this might seem a little random, but I think I'd like to visit Mongolia, only because I feel like that area of the world isn't very frequently talked about, and I think there's a lot to learn about their culture, their political issues. I think it's an area that's just very downplayed by the global community.
Yeah, Mongolia does sound interesting.
Oh man, that's a difficult question. Well, I do really want to travel,
Yeah.
but I would have to say it would come down to Ireland or Switzerland.
Good fix. Those are some good fix. In one sentence, what does being a young diplomat mean to you?
Understanding diverse opinions while not being afraid to stand your ground.
Looking at perspectives differently.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice. Are you representing a country today?
Yeah, I'm representing Argentina for ECOFIN, and that's the economy and finance. And yeah,
Nice. How have the discussions been so far?
they've been really interesting. Like we've been learning about a lot of like different perspectives and stuff like that, and like communicating with each other.
I'm representing Italy.
Italy, and how has it been representing Italy so far?
It's been great. I've been able to, I've already kind of formed a block, helped form a block, so it's going pretty well. Yeah.
Have you gained any new perspective on global issues from this experience?
Yeah, so like a student like me, like we don't really see like the behind the scenes of like Model UN and stuff like this. So like today there was like a really nice example of that.
Also, are there any skills that you think the Model UN teaches young people often that they don't get in school?
Yeah, so much. Like school is like so structured and so concrete that sometimes we lose the purpose of like school itself, and that's just to learn and like look at other perspectives. But like in Model UN, we can see like there's flexibility in the world, and we can like talk to each other and have confidence in talking.
Public speaking, knowing how to deal with, especially with organizing this event. With months of planning since summer, I've dealt with various problems, and I've understand how to tackle problems in a limited amount of time. Public speaking, like I said, and definitely learning how to communicate and work with others.
Yes, and what was it like interacting with other students from other schools here?
It was really good because at first I came in here like thinking like nobody's gonna talk to me. Like I was like really nervous and stuff like that. But and I feel like that's like from like staying inside so much and like doom scrolling. But it was actually really easy to like socialize with other people from different schools. So yeah.
Yeah, so you advise everyone to join Model UN?
Yeah. It gives you such a good touch on like the concept of perspective and like talking to other people and like giving you such a good confidence in public speaking.
Yes, that's beautiful. And is there any moment from today that you think you'll remember for a very long time?
Yes, my speech.
Your speech? How was that? Can you give us a short summary of what you talked about?
Yes. So I obviously thanked all our supporters, ICCR, my advisor for my school, the founder of this conference, and my theme for my speech is responsibility. I believe that being responsible for your actions, not only physically but also digitally, is really important, and it plays a huge role in diplomacy.
Nice. And I see the ICR alongside so many sponsors have organized this event. How do you think this event helps students in the capital region feel more connected to the world?
This conference is mainly for new delegates, so a lot of delegates here are first-time people who never been to other conferences before. So this conference, I don't think there's other conference in this capital region area that is meant for this goal, and it'll help them to understand how a normal conference works and build those skills before they attend the big ones.
Nice. And I see you're on your way to become a leader. Is there any leader, past or present, that you would like to meet? If you had the chance to. Like if I was your genie and I was like, which leader, past or present, would you like to meet?
President Roosevelt.
Why?
I'm not great with history, but
Yeah.
from 8th grade U.S. history, learning about world wars, and he was he had such a great role in during that time when
Yes,
America
yes,
was in that
yes.
time. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Also, if your team had a slogan for this conference, what would it be?
Communication and representation builds responsibility in diplomacy.
Wait, can you say that
Yeah,
again?
communication and representation builds responsibility in diplomacy.
Did you just come up with that?
Kind of.
Kind of. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good. I like that. And what has surprised you since joining the Model UN conference?
I mean, specifically here, how I guess how serious everybody is, but how at the same time, like, everyone is interested in doing this. So it's great to be around people that are serious, but at the same time, they're still pretty chill with Model UN. Yeah.
Model UN. That's nice. And what do you think is important about Model UN that young people should want to be a part of?
I think it's important because it gets people prepared. A lot of the topics that we discuss are going to be very important in the future. So it's really important that you can learn about them from a younger age and talk about them. Like, I'm specifically talking about nuclear energy and nuclear weaponry. So it's important for the future to know what your stances and what other states' stances are on the idea of nuclear energy and nuclear weaponry.
What skills do you think young people learn from Model UN?
Definitely public speaking. I know that's something that I do struggle with a little bit. But
Doesn't sound like it. You sound very eloquent, I must say.
well, in front of a room, it's definitely a lot more scarier. But I do think public speaking and being able to talk with people and be able to share your ideas is definitely a really important skill for any job and in the future.
Yeah, and is there anything you'd like to say to students who are thinking about joining Model UN?
Definitely join it. It's not as much work as it may seem. I promise you. It's usually just a single paper. It's really not that bad, and if it's something you're particularly passionate about, that's even better. So totally recommend checking out if your school has a Model UN or not.
I'd say just go for it. No matter how much public speaking experience you have, whether you're scared of debating or you're scared of the workload, go for it. The rewards are always greater than the effort.
I think that you shouldn't think twice and just join right away. It was the same case for me. I was going through the list of clubs in my school, and the first option that caught my attention was Model UN, and I just decided to show up to the first meeting. I loved it. I attended this conference last year where I was a delegate, and I've grown various skills after that, and here I am.
Yeah. Here you are. You have been speaking very confident. Like, I see your public speaking has even improved, and I can't wait to see all that you do in the future. And I must say, you're doing a really great job, and I'm sure everyone watching and listening is proud of you, Natia. And I can't wait to see you actually work in the UN in the near future. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
It was great, talking to you, Saha. Nice to meet you. Have a great day. It was nice talking to you, Ahmed, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Perfect. It was nice talking to you, Jack.
You too.
Have a great time out
right,
there.
thank
Okay,
you.
bye. Okay, I don't know about you, but if there's one thing I have seen today is that our future is really bright after talking to these young and smart diplomats here at the Model UN conference at the Hudson Valley Community College. It's been the International Center of the Capital Region, Albany's Ambassador podcast, and it's with me, your host, David, an intern with the ICCR. See you in the next episode, and make sure you subscribe to our channel, you like this video, and you share it with anyone, your family, your friends, anyone, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.